Hey guys, and welcome back into the channel. Today we're going to be reviewing the Blackhawks game from last evening at home against the Los Angeles Kings, a game in which the Blackhawks finally found a way to get 2 points and get a win they desperately needed. Um, it was one of those games where it was like, you don't want to call it a must win this early in the season, but it was damn near that. And looking at what happened in the game, there's a couple of ways you can look at it. Either one, the Blackhawks have found it. They figured out some lines. They got some chemistry together, and they're going to go on a streak. Or they just happen to play one of the worst teams in professional hockey in the Los Angeles Kings. And that win was just a result of the Kings being the perfect cure for a team that's struggling. I think there could be a combination of both. I do think that the lines that Colleton threw out there last night were better than what they had been previously. I thought getting DeBrincat and Strome back together was unbelievably critical, and they're back together now, which looks good. I like Kajula, Taves, and Kane on that top line. They had a lot of success last season. I like that line, at least for the time being. But let's get into last night's game. One of the main things to talk about was Brent Seabrook. Was a healthy scratch for the second time in his career. Obviously, a big statement there by Colleton. To me, Seabrook hasn't been great. The game against Carolina, they lost 4-0. He was on the ice for 3 of the 4 goals. He certainly lost a step. He's slower. He still has a pretty good shot, probably one of their best defensemen in terms of the ability to score from the outside. But a lot of times he really is. He does look lost defensively out there. And it was a back-to-back, so I understood it. A part of me kind of feels bad just because I don't feel that, he deserved it any more than, a bunch of the other guys. I thought there was plenty of guys going around the room that you could have said, you know what, you're going to be the guy I make the statement with. And it just happened to, to be Seabrook. I do think it was important that it was one of the main guys. From Colleton's perspective, I thought it was important to be one of the main guys. It wasn't going to be Kane. It wasn't going to be Taves. It wasn't going to be Keith. Obviously Crawford, Leonard, they're splitting anyways. So Seabrook was the obvious guy to where it makes a statement. And, they did well without him. And again, I don't think it's because Seabrook's horrible and he's the reason we're not winning or hadn't been winning. It's most likely because we played the LA Kings, who again are the epitome of a disastrous hockey team. They suck. They're horrible. They're gross. They're terrible. Into last night's game though, we got what was the final score? Jesus fucking Christ! They won 5-1. Good performance for sure. Offensively, Dylan Strome got a goal. Start things out, an assist from DeBrincat and Slater Cuckoo, who had a really nice game. I know I like to poke fun at Slater Cuckoo, but he was really good last night. Very physical defensively, had a couple assists, thought he did really well. I still don't think he's a great player, would still honestly prefer to see Seabrook over him, but just in terms of what he did last night, I thought it was a good performance by him. Dylan Strome ended up getting another goal later in the game, so he ended up with 2, another assist from Alex DeBrincat. David Camp, I can never say that fucker's last name. David Camp got his first goal of the season, assisted from Alex Nylander, who's been playing extremely well, particularly on defense, which is not something I had expected from him, but he's looked really good. And then Dominic Kubalik also assisted on the Camp goal. I think that line, I do like it. I know they're slotted in as the second line. In my eyes, they're the third, or even quite possibly the fourth last night. But it is a line that's got a lot of speed and some guys with some skill. In Nylander and Kubalik. DeBrincat ended up getting a goal of his own, assisted from Dylan Strome. And Drake Kajula got a goal right at the end, assisted from Patrick Kane and Slater Cuckoo. Happy for Patrick Kane to get a point. It'd been a while for him. He isn't normally a guy who goes too many, scoreless streaks, but he'd been on one lately, so good for him. Even if it wasn't, it was just a secondary assist, but it's better than nothing. It counts in the stat books. The MVP for the game I gave to Dylan Strome. I thought he looked really good. He's been moved to the wing these last few games. From what he said, he's never really done it in his entire life, and I think he's handled himself decently well at that position. I do ultimately think he'll slot back into the center position at some point. But it's nice that he's showing he can play both positions. The more things you can do to help the team, the better. And being versatile is definitely something that would be a definite positive for him, especially with a big payday. Or a payday coming up soon. He would like for it to be big, I'm sure. All in all, though, a 5-1 win. I thought it was a good performance. The DeBrincat, Strome, the chemistry those two guys have together. Hey, Jeremy Colleton, leave those guys together, please. I don't care if they go the next 2 games and don't do shit. Leave them together. They're better off together than they are apart. That's a fact, okay? It was proven when they played in the OHL together in Erie, and it's proven together it was proven when they were together last year that they did well. And last night was another example. Leave them together. Quit fucking with them. There's a lot of other guys in this team you can move around and try to, figure out what works with what guys have chemistry with what guys. We already know these two guys got chemistry together. Leave it alone. All in all, just a good performance, a good win. But it's tough to get too excited because, again, it is against the Kings. And tomorrow night, they got a huge game going to Nashville. Nashville's a really good team. Has had the Blackhawks numbers for a few years now, dating back to when they swept us in the playoffs. This is a really physical team with a lot of good defensemen, really good top six, really good goalie in Pekka Rinne. They're really tough at home. It's going to be a tough test for us on the road. I'm excited. I'm going to say right now, I think Robin Lehner, and this is not me saying anything negative about Corey Crawford. I think they're both playing pretty well. But I think Robin Lehner deserves another start tomorrow. And then Crawford can start Saturday in LA. I don't know if that's what they will do. So here's my wish list for tomorrow. 1, DeBrincat and Strome stay together, which I think is a given unless Colleton's a fucking retard. I want Robin Lehner to be in goal. I think that he earned it. I mean, what do you have? 37 saves on 38 shots last night. Made it look easy. It was the easiest 37, save performance that I've ever seen in my life. And I would like to see Kajula, Taves, and Kane stay together. I'm still waiting for the day when we have Saad, Taves, and Kubalik. I think that'd be a great first line. But it's certainly not going to happen after that last game. So put that on the back burner for the time being. All in all, a good win. Really big game tomorrow. And I think we're going to find out a lot more about the team tomorrow. So it will only be their second true road test of the season. I expect... I want us to win. I think we've gotten ourselves into a little bit of a position now where we need to win. But at the same time, I want to see a good performance. I don't want to see a 4-0 loss like I did in Carolina. I'm going to say this, and I shouldn't say this because if we lose, no matter what, I'm going to be pissed. But if we lose tomorrow 4-3, and it's a back-and-forth game where there's plenty of moments where we're controlling play, I'll feel at least somewhat decent about it. If we go out to Nashville tomorrow and get rolled 6-1, 5-0, 4-1, I'm just going to feel like, for sure, the Kings suck. That's why we look good for a game, but we've lost 5 in a row outside of the Kings. So tomorrow's a big game. It really is. The Kirby Doc situation, at this point, I think I haven't even done a video on it because it's so obvious. He's not going anywhere. He's staying all season. If they do put him, if he leaves to go back to the Saskatoon Blades in the WHL, they're admitting to every single player, every single fan, everyone, that this season is a waste. They can't win. They're not trying to win because he is 100% one of their top 12 forwards. He's definitely one of their top 9, probably one of their top 6. So I think he'll for sure be staying. The only possible way I could see him not is if, say, they did rattle off 3 more losses in a row, and all of a sudden you find yourself 15 points, out of behind the Colorado, and you're 10 points by Nashville. I think maybe Bowman could see it and be like, look, we're already out of it. 15 games in the season, it's over. Let's not burn a year of his contract on a season that's already over. But I just don't foresee that happening. Got LA again in the next game. They're, again, the perfect team to play when you need to win. And I have a gut feeling we're going to go to Nashville and get a win tomorrow. I know Nashville's really good. I know they've had our number, but it's just a gut feeling. I think Leonard should get slotted back in at goal. And I think the offense is going to come out and have a good game. Or fucking God, I hope so, because we need to win. I just want meaningful games in November. I know, wow, have the mighty fallen here. Blackhawk fans asking for meaningful games come, November for a season that starts in October. But that's the point I'm at right now. I just want to be entertained, and I want to feel like the games matter for as long as possible. And we lose 3 or 4 in a row here coming up now, they'll be meaningless by the middle of November, unless you're looking at draft position. So, all in all, a good win yesterday. Beat the Kings 5-1. Dylan Strome, Alex DeBrincat were excellent. Robin Lehner was excellent. Alex Nylander was excellent. I love that fucking word, excellent. I want to say that again in tomorrow's review. That's what I want to do. But thanks for checking in, guys. I'll be back for a review of the Chicago Blackhawks Nashville Predators game. Probably not tomorrow because it won't be over till 10 o'clock and I'll probably be sleepy. But I'll probably be back for a review. Fuck day comes after Tuesday. Wednesday. I'll probably be back for a review of that game Wednesday. So thanks for checking in, guys. Go Blackhawks. Good win. Record now 3-5-2. Please, let's get to 4, 5, and 2. Please. All right, guys, I'm out.